Kendra, as I don't know if Davon told you at all, part of what I do is teach and train lots of individuals how to do what I do. And they've always had, we'll call it backstage passes to whatever I'm in the middle of in the process of doing. The majority of the individuals here, while we're in the short-term rental space, they may in the future have aspirations towards hotel and all that other stuff. And ultimately, I always find it's easier sometimes to just let people watch as I'm doing something, as opposed to try to remember and then teach and tell about it. And that they can ask questions. But for the most part, just pretend like they're not here because questions later, because I've been dying to hear from you and try to understand this process a little bit better, because I have a problem. I now have a number of hotels that have come my way. Another Best Western in Virginia, for example, a Ramada that's near Dallas Love Field, which and then there's a I think it was a Fairfield in Reno, and then there's another one in Memphis, Tennessee, and Nixai has the OMs on all of them. I'm just like, well, so how does this process work? Because this, I'm that guy that wants to figure out how to make it work. And even when the building doesn't look like it's going to be easy, because I keep telling Nick, I was like, look, I'm not looking for something. It doesn't have to be perfect to make it work for me. It just has to, because that's part of what we do. We solve problems. So I don't need it to be perfect, but I do need to understand and be able to apply what I see in the numbers and what I think is possible, and have someone say, no, that's stupid. Okay, great. Now tell me why, that type of thing. And so I've been slowing myself down, because I'm like, well, maybe there's something because when I'm looking at these numbers, I'm just like, oh my God, these people, like, it looks like they literally don't care about making money. Like, they just don't care. And I'm just like, okay, I've got to be looking at this incorrectly or wrong, because the numbers are horrific. And I'm just like, why didn't they sell this sooner? What am I missing? What don't I know? How can they be so okay with this horrible performance? So if you can answer any of that, that's great. And but so I'm here ready to learn. I got my notepad and whatnot. And if there's something you want to share on the screen to help me or help whatever, that would be welcome, beautiful. And I am ready now.
Sure. Okay. So I guess to address your largest question on some hotels, there are some hotels out there that don't have good cash flows. And so looking at it from a new investor, you're absolutely correct. Why would you buy this if, their cash flows aren't that high? So some of the reasons,
I know why I would buy something if the cash flow isn't high. I'm confused as to why they leave it in that state. Like, why are they okay with that? Like, why did it perform that way? My job is to come in and fix the problem. I'm looking at what that interprets when I'm looking at that in the multifamily space, that says poor management. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can fix that. If that's not the case here, then I'm like, maybe I'm looking at it wrong.
So there could be multiple reasons, right? In some cases, yes, it could be poor management. In a lot of cases, it's just families running the company and the hotel. So they are the managers. So because of that, they're not only collecting the NOI, but they're also collecting the GM salary, the director of sales salary, the management fee. So they're getting all of those as well. That's technically going to their separate business revenue. So that's why they would want it still. And then if you were to run it more lean, then you would have more upside in that. So that's why in some cases, it looks like a dire situation, but really they're kind of getting paid 3 times on it. And so that's why.
Okay, then that also explains, because I've been some of the salaries that I saw seemed higher than they should be.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
A lot of cases, that would be why.
Got it. Okay. That, thank you. I'm like, I have to be missing something because I'm like, okay, I'm not the smartest tool in the shed, but come on, man. What am I missing?